sir. No, sir. No. No.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny, one of the trainers with Peach on a Leash, and today we're going to be talking about puppy biting and nipping. This can be a very frustrating behavior for owners to deal with, as those puppy teeth are very sharp and they hurt a lot when they make contact with our skin. So, we're going to talk about why puppies bite and nip, things to avoid in working with our puppy on dealing with this behavior, the things to do to work on this behavior, and other things you can set up for your puppy to support them in growing into a mature dog that knows how to appropriately interact with humans and human hands and limbs. So we'll go ahead and get started. So, for puppies, their mouth is one of the ways that they explore the world. It's very developmentally normal for them to want to use that mouth on things with their siblings when they are first toddling around and learning how to interact with others of their same species. They're using that mouth to try to get attention and interaction and play from those litter mates, and it works. It's how they start learning to interact with other dogs, and using their mouth is a big part of that. When we then bring them home, it can be a little challenging because they're going to try the same strategies with us that aren't really what we respond to or that what we want to encourage when our pups ask for play. They're also going to be going through a teething phase, so some of those gums and teeth are going to be sore and hurting, and they're looking for relief, putting their mouth on things. And we can also be dealing with some tendencies for breeds. So if you have a herding breed, they are predispositioned to want to chase and nip and bite because that's what we're looking for in that type of dog for the work that they were bred for. Similar for retrievers. We've bred retrievers to want to put things in their mouth, and that can include human hands and limbs. So we are working with a lot of different, just very natural, very developmentally normal behaviors. But we do want to make sure that we approach this in the right way so we set your pup up for success. So, as frustrating as some of these behaviors can be and how painful they can be, there are certain things that we want to avoid doing as we're working with puppy biting and nipping. The main thing is physical punishment. We do not want to physically punish or correct our puppy for this biting and nipping. As I said, it's a very developmentally normal part of their growth and them exploring the world. So, pinning them on their back, holding their mouth shut, putting a muzzle on them, things like that are not going to be the best way to address this behavior. Puppy biting and nipping is not your puppy being dominant, and these physical methods can be ineffective, but they can also start to create some other unwanted behaviors in our pups, like fear and aggression. So, we do not want to use physical corrections for this biting and nipping, but here are some things we can do. So, the main thing with our biting and nipping is that we are going to remove ourselves. So, the first level of this is when our puppy bites and nips, attention stops. That's positive attention, talking to them, petting them, rewarding them, praising them, as well as negative attention. We're not going to yell at them. We're not going to um, push them off of us. That's still interaction. So the best thing we can do is remove ourselves. As calmly and collected as possible, our puppy starts nipping, we're going to move away. If your puppy continues and follows you, use a barrier, go behind a baby gate, go behind a door. Have some area planned that you can go when your puppy starts this behavior that takes you out of the equation. Remember, a lot of biting and nipping starts from a place of our puppy wanting interaction and attention. And if we take that away, we are not reinforcing the biting and nipping with interaction with what the puppy wants. They're getting the consequence of the human goes away. When we come back and our puppy is doing good things we want to see, using their mouth nicely, maybe licking, maybe just offering a sit and being very sweet, we praise that. We're going to see more of the behavior that we reward. So, as we see our puppy choose not to bite and nip, reward that. If they are biting and nipping, the consequence is that we move away. They don't get what they want, they don't get that interaction and attention. And again, calm, collected. It's not a big deal. We're just walking away, no interaction at all, positive or negative, with our pups in that circumstance. If your puppy is a little ankle biter and is following you around and grabbing onto clothes and things like that, redirecting them to an appropriate item can be another strategy to use. So, have toys and chews and things that are okay for them to have in their mouth available and have them bite on and play with that instead of the clothing. So, make that toy more exciting than your pant leg that they're holding on to. But where the learning really happens is that piece of removing yourself. So we're taking away the attention that they're looking for from that biting or nipping. While puppy biting and nipping is a very normal part of our puppy's development, there are things we want you to watch out for and seek additional help if you see these behaviors with your puppy. This includes things such as growling, snapping, or biting when your puppy has a resource like a toy or food and a person comes near. If your puppy stiffens or stares before biting, if they're breaking skin consistently when they're biting, if they're barking, growling, nipping, and not in a playful way at new people that come into your home, or if you're seeing the snapping and growling with children. These are all things that are a little more serious, a little more out of the scope of normal development for puppy biting and nipping, and we want to make sure that we address them in the right way. So keep an eye out for those with your puppy. Otherwise, continue to play, continue to have lots of fun, be consistent with how you're addressing the behavior of our puppy biting and nipping. Again, it's removing yourself, and it's everyone that needs to play a part in this. So it's not rules for just one person, it's rules for everyone that lives at home with your puppy and for people that interact with your puppy. The more consistent we can be in how we address puppy biting and nipping, the faster our puppy is going to understand the rules of using their mouth with people, and we're going to see those nice results and the decrease in the nipping that we want to see. So that's how we are going to work with puppy biting and nipping. Again, a frustrating behavior, but stay with it, stay consistent between everyone that your pup interacts with. Give them those appropriate choices of toys and chew items, occasionally redirecting them to those items as needed to get their mouth off of things they shouldn't have, and keep working on it. The more that we practice and are consistent, the faster we're going to see a decrease in the behavior of biting and nipping and see them make better choices for when and where to use those sharp, pointy puppy teeth. So we're looking forward to seeing your progress and hearing about things are going. If you have questions about biting and nipping, post them in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them. Good luck and have fun with your pup.